They said it was half man, half reptile, cold-blooded, scaled, and strong enough to tear through steel. In the quiet town of Bishopville, South Carolina, locals claimed something monstrous crawled out of Scape Ore Swamp in 1988, a creature that defied science and haunted headlines. Tonight, we uncover the terrifying truth behind the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp and what might still be hiding there today. It all began one humid July night in 1988. Bishopville, a small, peaceful town surrounded by endless marshland, was suddenly thrust into the national spotlight. A 17-year-old named Christopher Davis was driving home from work around 2 a.m. when his tire blew out on a deserted road near Scape Ore Swamp.
He looks up and he sees something coming down through the tall grass. Of course, this kid is panicked. He takes off. You can see its hand hanging by the window.
As he finished changing the tire, he saw movement from the corner of his eye. Something big, something not human. Standing nearly 7 feet tall, covered in green, scaly skin that shimmered under the headlights, with eyes glowing red like burning coals. Before Davis could react, the creature sprinted toward him, screaming, clawing, and striking the car with inhuman strength. He sped off, heart pounding, leaving behind claw marks and one of the strangest stories the town had ever heard. The next morning, Christopher told his father, who reported it to the Lee County Sheriff's Department. Deputies expected another teenage prank until they saw the car. The chrome was twisted, the roof dented, and the mirrors torn clean off. Whatever hit that car was no raccoon. Within days, local news exploded. Farmers awoke to find their cars ripped apart, antennas bent, and chrome bumpers scarred by deep, three-fingered scratches. Police recovered footprints nearly 14 inches long, embedded in the mud near the swamp. Wildlife officers dismissed it as a bear, but the tracks didn't match any known animal. Then came the reports of livestock mutilations. Goats, dogs, and chickens found drained of blood. At night, residents heard guttural growls and heavy footsteps echoing through the cypress trees. The Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp was born, part cryptid, part cautionary tale. What started as one man's story became a media circus. TV crews flooded Bishopville, turning its lonely backroads into a parade of reporters, tourists, and self-proclaimed monster hunters. Souvenir shops sold Lizard Man t-shirts and bumper stickers. But while outsiders laughed, locals locked their doors. Because for them, it wasn't entertainment. It was fear. Something was out there, and nobody knew what. Investigators began digging deeper. They discovered that no one besides Christopher Davis had ever seen the creature up close. Yet dozens swore they'd heard it, smelled it, or glimpsed it stalking the swamp. Forensic experts examined the car and concluded the damage looked deliberate. But the bite marks and scratches didn't align with any known species. Wildlife biologists floated theories. Maybe a misidentified alligator or a bear suffering from mange, its fur gone, revealing cracked, leathery skin that looked reptilian under headlights. Skeptics blamed hysteria. Once fear takes root in a small town, it grows fast. Every shadow, every sound, every rustling branch becomes evidence of a monster. Still, the footprints refused to be explained away. The casts taken from the mud showed 3 thick toes, splayed wide like a human-reptile hybrid. Not bear, not gator, something else. something that didn't fit into the natural order. That single clue reignited belief, and for many, it proved the Lizard Man was real. Over the years, more sightings trickled in. Drivers reported seeing a tall, green figure crossing Highway 15 in a single leap. One woman claimed it lunged at her car near the swamp's edge. Hunters described eerie red eyes glowing in the mist, watching, waiting. Then, just as quickly as it appeared, it vanished. By the early 1990s, the sightings slowed to almost none. Skeptics said the legend died, but in Bishopville, whispers never stopped. Some locals said it retreated deeper into the swamp, waiting for the noise to fade. Others claimed the government covered it up, that the creature wasn't a monster at all, but a failed military experiment. That's when I decided to find out for myself. I drove down the old dirt road where Christopher Davis first encountered the creature. Even decades later, the air felt heavy, humid, quiet, and unnaturally still. Scape Ore Swamp stretched out like a black mirror under the moonlight, its surface broken only by ripples and drifting fog. Locals had warned me not to stay after midnight, not because of danger, but because of what they believed still roamed these waters. As I stepped closer to the edge, every sound seemed amplified. The croak of frogs, the buzz of insects, the drip of unseen water. Then I saw them, impressions in the mud, large, three-toed, eerily human. Maybe just a prank, maybe not. But the sensation of being watched was impossible to ignore. Standing there, surrounded by the dense stillness, you begin to understand why people swear they've seen something. Your mind starts to fill in the blanks. You feel the primal unease, that something ancient might be watching from beneath the dark water. I stayed until the fog thickened, until even the sound of crickets disappeared. And in that moment, I caught myself glancing over my shoulder, half expecting to see glowing red eyes staring back. So what was the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp? A misidentified animal? A hoax that spiraled out of control? Or a relic of something older, a creature that doesn't belong in our world, but occasionally crosses into it? Scientists lean toward logic. They say fear created the monster, that psychology filled the gaps nature couldn't explain. Yet the evidence, the footprints, the claw marks, the eyewitness accounts, still resist easy dismissal. Even now, some cryptozoologists maintain that a bipedal reptilian species could exist in remote wetlands, undetected, surviving in the way all legends do, hidden, quiet, patient. Maybe the truth doesn't matter, because sometimes belief itself is more powerful than proof. The Lizard Man became more than a cryptid. It became a symbol, a reflection of our fascination with the unknown, our need to believe that mysteries still exist in a world that's already mapped and measured. Every small town has its monster, a story that keeps the imagination alive, that makes the night feel dangerous again. For Bishopville, that monster never left. It became part of their identity, a festival, a local mascot, a whispered bedtime story for kids who live too close to the marsh. But for those who were there that summer in 1988, the fear was real. And so was the sound that came from the swamp. Deep, guttural, and impossible to forget. Whether it was a bear, a prank, or something unexplainable, the legend endures. Because monsters, real or imagined, don't need proof to live. They only need stories. And if you ever find yourself driving through Bishopville on a foggy night, keep your eyes on the road and your headlights steady. Because some legends never die. They just wait for you to look away. Maybe the Lizard Man never truly existed. Or maybe It's our way of explaining the things that still lurk outside the reach of our cameras and satellites. Because the truth is, the world isn't fully discovered. There are still dark wetlands, deep forests, and quiet roads where something unknown could be watching. So the next time you're driving at night and you hear something move beyond the tree line, ask yourself, is it just your imagination or something we haven't identified yet? Tell me what you believe in the comments. Was the lizard man real or just fear wearing a face? And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe, because there are many more mysteries waiting in the shadows, and we're just getting started.